My name is Matthias Elsässer. I'm the author of the book Intelligent Data-Driven Marketing, and today I want to speak about the theory of relativity. So it's famous Albert Einstein who told us the only stable measure we have in the universe is light speed. And I think this is this formula and equation everybody of us know, E equals m multiplied with c squared. So this is what we know out of physics and what we know from relativity theory. But what is behind? So I've studied physics, and a few pieces more there. That means really in a system of reference, not time is stable. What is stable is the speed of light. And I start thinking about, am I able to use this theory and copy it over on the marketing universe? And that's a bit tougher than the exercise I had before, where I started using the second law of thermodynamics, the law of mechanics, or any other things in the marketing ecosystem. But what directly came to my mind that at the end, light speed equals creativity, and that's something we have seen in most of the transformation in the last years. The focus was heavily on performance KPIs, heavily on data and customer centricity, but less on creativity. And in a journey from madman to mathman, from Don Draper to where we currently are, we haven't just replaced an ingredient into our marketing ecosystem. We just enhanced it. Just remember what I said. We have, on the one hand side, we have Don Draper's madman marketing, where we just have two ingredients. We have the creativity and the budget. And then we have the other one, where we say, this is madman marketing, and we have still creativity and budget, but we have data cubes in between. And that's what we should have in mind, and that's what we can take from theory of relativity. That the light speed in marketing is still creativity. Because what happens, we can measure millions of things in an ecosystem, or not, that's wrong. So it's not millions of things, it's only a few measures, but we can calculate millions of KPIs. And out of this, we still have to find out what is the success within my campaign. And this is creativity, because a creative campaign will attract people, and less attractive campaigns for sure will annoy people. For that reason, shit in, shit out is still an equation which is comparable to the theory of relativity. So we have to get in the right ingredients into our ecosystem, and this is what theory of relativity teaches us. I think this is the one piece which we can take out. But what we also know, the theory of relativity has two pieces. This is the specific one, E equals mass multiplied with c squared, which is the light speed. On the opposite side, we have the general theory of relativity, which is a bit more complex, as you can see. So this formula is by far complex. To get it a bit simple, it's the introduction of gravity waves. And we can now think about, what does this mean, gravity waves in marketing? And I just postulate the amount of data. So we had on the one hand side this ingredient creativity, on the opposite side we have this ingredient of data. And data, this is similar to what we see in gravity. So there is some kind of law. At the moment you start collecting data, it will start collecting more and more, or attracting more and more data to also get into this cube. And this is what happens. So this is what we can learn from the general theory of relativity. That's like a black hole. If we really have a big data cube, more and more data will automatically fly easily into this cube. At the beginning, it's quite tough to build this up, but the more you have in, the more easy it is. And then it helps you. That is also something we can learn. Because what happens with light if it comes along a huge gravity field? So our initial idea is that the light speed is stable. This is what we learned, but this doesn't mean that the direction of light is stable. So light can be also run in such a wave. So that means maybe you think your audience is here, but based on the data cube you have, you're able to see that this is not true, that the real audience is somewhere different. And your initial intention, your initial gut feeling that you find your audience here in the upper field is wrong. And the data gives you the possibility to see, no, they're on a different side. So for that reason, we can really learn two things out of the theory of relativity. On the one hand side, still think about creativity because this is the light speed in marketing. On the opposite side, think about big data cubes because they act or they behave like a gravity wave and just start attracting and collecting more and more data, which increases the precision of your targeting and audience management. And this is what the theory of relativity can teach us out of physics in marketing.